What's up, everybody? This is Battlefield Jail97 here, giving you a video about the Nintendo Redirect movement. Now, I was in the forefront of the Nintendo Redirect movement on Twitter and on Miiverse. Heck, on Twitter, I was the first person on Twitter to mention the Redirect movement in a hashtag and said, Nintendo Redirect tomorrow. And on Miiverse, when I posted, well, if you can call it the spam, even though I didn't really technically make it an advertisement, but that's beside the point. I made multiple posts about the Redirect movement through the F-Zero SNES community in North America, Europe and Oceanic, and Japan. Did the same thing for Super Metroid on the SNES, and even did Metroid 2 on the Game Boy, and even mentioned like most of the general stuff from the Super Smash Bros. Community in North America, Europe, Oceanic, and Japan, which is kind of strange how they have a separate community for Smash Bros. For Japan, and then everything else from America and Europe. But that's besides the point. It's really quite astounding how this movement was able to get off the ground. Like, I never would have expected this movement to get trending on Twitter. Well, only on the US, not worldwide, but at the very least, it really surprised me that the Redirect movement was popular enough to get trended on Twitter alongside Space Jam. Which is kind of hilarious. You can see that in the description below. I'll have a picture of it there. But what I really found out, like, even before Phase 1 came into effect, there were a lot of people that I know of on Twitter, even people that I, don't follow or never heard of. I just put Nintendo Redirect, click that and see what people's thoughts were. I seen a lot of people opposing this movement. Like, literally, Nintendo fans suggesting things to Nintendo, right, is like the one crime you should not do. Like, you really should not give any feedback to Nintendo. Oh no, Nintendo can do whatever the hell they want. Oh, your feedback isn't gonna do shit for them. Or, oh, Reggie said you can't do this because of petitions, or whatever kind of stuff. Now, it's not like I'm saying, or Shoki, or any of the other members of the Redirect movement, we're not saying this thing could be successful out of the gate. No. That's full-heartedly stupid to think that it's going to be out of the gates immediately successful. Okay, it was successful, but it wasn't a success. That's later on in the video. But it really starstruck me that people are, well, how am I going to put it, fanboyish, dronish, and, this is a strong words, corporate slaves towards Nintendo for their best interest. Like they're looking for Nintendo's best interests. I don't know about you guys, but Nintendo doesn't need any best interest, considering how they have so much fucking money in the bank. They have so much goddamn money in the bank. Like, they have so much money in the bank, they can release multiple failure products like the Wii U, right? They can release multiple failure products, and they still would not be in bankruptcy until, like, the year, like, 25, like, any year around 25, or whatever the hell it may be. They really have that much money. So, you really don't need to look at them for their business incentives, because they already have enough money to survive shit. And we all know, the people who are in this movie, we know Nintendo's all, good and dandy. We already know that. But we would like to know is the Wii U. Because let me tell you something, as someone who does not own a 3DS, for whatever strange reason, don't ask me why it is. I'm still dumbfounded how I don't have a 3DS. But I am a Wii U owner. As someone who has put hundreds of dollars into eShop cards, someone who's put $100 or so into my Wii U games, as of right here, if you can see it because of the camera quality and all that kind of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 9 Wii U games, right? And those are the good ones, not the shits or the okay ones. Those are good games. It really dumbfounds me that I can't say shit to Nintendo and people in the Nintendo Redirect movement that we can't say shit to Nintendo. I don't know about you, but we gave money to this damn company. We supported this company. Heck, I didn't even need to put $100 or so plus dollars into the eShop. I really didn't need to. Especially from how there's no, proper account system like in the PSN store or whatever the hell, mind you. But at the very least, there were good games, Virtual Console-wise, that I would love to see more, especially Super Mario 3. Where the fuck is that, Nintendo? That's something that I'm still dumbfounded that the North American fans don't have. And many other games of their own on the NES and SNES, and, above that, the N64, the GameCube, and stuff like that. Oh, and other third-party consoles like Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, but that's a whole other video. And that's a whole other part of the redirect movement. It really dumbfounds me that we can't say shit, and we can't make a movement about this, because people will bring examples of the Earthbound Movement, or the Operation Rainfall, and that the only reason they worked was business incentives, or copyright music from Earthbound, the Beatles, and stuff like that. We don't care. At the very least, we want to try. And guess what? Our try for this movement was successful to get the thing trending on Twitter, and at the very least from me posting about it in the F-Zero and Metroid community, I was able to create an after effect of people, especially in the F-Zero North America community, to say they want an F-Zero on the Wii U. And if that's not successful to any of you, I don't know what the hell is success in your definition. That I'd like to know. But as I said before, the first phase of the redirect movement was successful and a failure. And a failure because it was chaotic. Some of the suggestions from people were out of place, and I think it was the fault of them not knowing what Shokio's attention for the first phase was, because, let me get right here. The first phase of the movement was supposed to be, Virtual Console recommendation, that we wanted more Virtual Console games, and not just wait for 1 to 3 months for some more Virtual Console games, because let me tell you something, Volleyball and Urban Champion ain't got shit for me. No, I got taste. Don't go for that. Virtual Console, Star Fox, F-Zero, etc. But those were the 3 main things. But, people were just out of topic, and even me, I'll be honest here, because, I was suggesting Geist, to have the Wii U's library for exclusives varied, instead of just being platformers and other things. But even then, even with how chaotic the whole suggestion scene, especially people who were against this movement, were making some stupid but funny ass tweets about it. Like, there was this one tweet, I can't remember the dude's name, he made a tweet that, Nintendo, please re-release Bubble Bath Girls on the NES on the Wii's Virtual Console. And oh my god, I fucking laughed my ass off. Yo, man, that was fucking hilarious. That was hilarious. I'll give the dude that. And a dude that I follow, Tony, right? I don't know if any of you know him. Description below. He's a really good dude. He made these really funny ass tweets about the movement. It'd be like, maybe you should give a pay subscription. I mean, that's how the Xbox and the PlayStation consoles are. My god. Yo, Tony, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Yeah. So yeah, it was successful enough to get trended on Twitter. It was successful enough to get people to know what is the redirect movement. And it was successful enough for an after effect of people on Miiverse to be able to say, we want Metroid, we want Star Fox, we want F-Zero. I mean, granted, there are some people in those communities being off topic as all hell and just being rude. And let me tell you something, if you're going to associate the redirect movement as people being rude to Nintendo, it's like, give us Star Fox, your fuck's sake, Nintendo! That's not what we want. We just want to say, look, I would love to play F-Zero on the Wii U. There, those kinds of messages that the redirect movement is backed up upon. Not people who are rude to the big end and wanting this thing like a baby, like, whatever the hell, mind you. That's not what we want. But we're taking, feedback, and even feedback from a lot of people who were against this movement, and seeing how we were able to get the damn thing trending on Twitter. There's a few people who are now, on our backs and saying, look, here's this feedback, focus on one thing and stuff like that. And we're taking a lot of feedback as it is for Phase 2. Phase 2 was supposed to be, having its effect yesterday, but, she'll cancel this so that we can, develop Phase 2, because that's the most crucial part of the movement. So, yeah. But it really dumbfounds me how people are against this movement and are looking into Nintendo's best interest, which I don't know why you would even do for a corporation. That's just kind of weird for me. But even then, it's funny how these people are against this movement, but when this movement, if it is successful, like Operation Rainfall, and the people who were, banging on Nintendo's door to get Earthbound re-released on the Wii U, these people will reap the success of that movement, buy them, and they'll be happy with it. Just shut up, please. Just shut up, be in the sidelines, and if you want to give feedback, that's good. But when this movement does become successful, and you reap the success, I'm gonna know who the hell you are. Because I already have 100 or so screenshots of people against this movement. I already saved it on OneDrive, just so that I know who these people are. Because if this thing is successful, I will know who these people are who reap the success of it. That's all I have to put. Like, favor, subscribe, and that's about it. Catch you guys later.